Now I'm going to ask you guys, what's one of your dreams? Do you guys have it? Yes, Georgia?
I want to be a graphic designer.
A graphic designer? Wow, that is a very cool dream. Yep, you remember me?
A marine biologist.
A marine biologist? Whoa, yeah.
A ballerina.
A ballerina, wow.
A school teacher.
A school teacher. You guys have very grown-up dreams, I love it.
A musician.
A musician. What kind of musician? What instrument do you play?
Acoustic sometimes.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So there is lots of kind of dreams, aren't there? We have lots of different dreams. Everyone has lots of dreams. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, though, about God's dream. Do you know God has a dream?
What?
I know, crazy. God has a dream for every single one of you guys, but to tell you more about this dream, I'm going to need a volunteer. I need someone who is keen to be Joseph. Oh, Campbell, you are so keen. Come on up.
He looks so excited.
Come on. He was so
my
excited. He has got
goodness.
the kind of energy
He's ready to go.
that I want to see from everyone here today. So, good thing about you, Joseph, you have a very interesting dream.
I do.
You do, yes. God also has a big dream for you. Did you know that? Yeah. No, you didn't. Well,
You're gonna
wait,
find out.
and you are about to find out. So you also have a very special gift from God, it says right here, that you can interpret dreams, which means He can understand what dreams mean. How crazy is that? Who sometimes has some weird dreams that they don't really know what they're about?
You don't need to share them.
So Joseph would be able to tell you what that means. So, now you have a very special dream from God. I'm going to need some brothers.
Ooh.
James, who do you think would make some good brothers?
Let me
for
go
Joseph?
find some
They
really
need to be like
scary
older,
people.
big, tough,
Jordan,
kind of
you look
scary
scary.
brothers.
You can get up
Yeah,
here.
get Geordie up here.
Where's Phil Cook? He's got a very scary beard that
Oh
he's
yes,
rocking
let's
right
get
now.
Phil Cook up here.
Where is he? Is he here?
He knew.
Is he hiding? Is he actually hiding? Okay, maybe John Bubb. He's got the next best beard, I'd say, in the house. And where's Lloyd? Lloyd,
Beautiful.
you look scary. Come on, come on. You're a brother. Come on, come on. Come on, Lloyd.
Oh, well done. Clap for our brothers. Let's get them up here. Geordie, you're already here. Well done. Nailed it. So now it says here in the Bible that there was a man named Jacob. I don't think we need a Jacob. And you, Joseph, were his favourite son. Yeah, just like I'm my father's favourite child, you are your father's favourite child. How cool is that? Now, to show that you were his absolute favourite and that he loved you more than any of your other brothers, and there were a lot of them, he gave you this coloured coat.
There you
So
go.
chuck that on.
How lucky are you?
Yeah, it's very lucky. No, you guys are meant to look jealous. This
Yeah,
did
look
not
angry.
make you happy.
Don't you guys wish you were wearing this,
Oh no,
Lloyd?
the coat's not so. So, because you were his favourite, he gave you this fancy coat to make sure all the others knew it. So he was rubbing it in their faces. But your brothers were not happy about this. They did not like this, no. So they were so jealous that your dad loved you more than them. Yeah. But one day, you had a dream. Just like on the Tangled video, you had a dream one day, and you wanted to tell your brothers all about it. So you ran over to your brothers. Yep. And you said to them, I have a dream. You started singing. We were out in the field tying up bundles of wheat, and suddenly my bundle stood up, and all your bundles gathered around and bowed down to it. Ooh.
Ooh.
This made your brothers hate you even more.
Oh, yeah.
They said, do you really think you are going to be king and rule over us? Oh, that's awful. So we're going to pause this story and I'm going to shuffle you guys over to here. Hop into Joseph's corner.
Still look jealous. You're still
So
jealous.
you're
Look at
still
his coat.
awful. This is terrible that your father has a favourite son. All right, so we're going to have to pause that story because now I'm going to need 2 more volunteers. I'm going to need an Abraham and a Sarah. Who out there? Oh, we have an Abraham.
He's ready. Your
Come
beard
on
isn't
down,
long enough,
Abraham.
but we'll see what we can do.
All right, we'll get you up here. Now, who wants to be a Sarah?
Who looks like a Sarah? Who looks like a Morgan?
Sarah. Morgan.
Morgan. You look like a Sarah to me.
Come on down, Morgan. So, great news for you guys too. God also had a really big dream for you guys. Very different to Joseph's, but a big dream. So, and it goes a bit like this. Well, we'll wait for you guys to get dressed.
It looks very Abraham-y, doesn't it?
It does. It's pretty, it's as dark as the sky. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Abraham has the best beard ever.
Let's get that on there. So, Abraham and Sarah were really, 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 really old. Who, kids, is the oldest person you know? Yeah? Who's the oldest person you know? Just say how old they are, don't say their name. Like 90? Yeah? Who knows a really old person? How old? 99. That is exactly how old Abraham was. So Abraham was 99 years old. And Sarah was about 89, 90, so she was pretty up there as well. So one day God came to Abraham and told him, look up at the stars, Abraham. He said that if you obey me and always do what is right, I will keep my promise to you and give you more descendants than you can count. Who knows what descendants means? Oh, we got some... maybe. Yeah, what do you think descendants means? Yeah, so it's like people that are related to you. So Abraham's descendants would be his children and then their children and then their children. Basically, God said to Abraham, you are going to have a family that just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as time goes on. So that's what God promised Abraham. There's going to be more than you can count, Abraham. So... yeah, now Abraham thought this was very funny because, because him and Sarah were so old. They were so old, they're like, we can't have a kid. Like, they're going to outrun us, what the heck? So they didn't think they could be very good parents, but he decided to trust God.
I've decided to trust God.
You've decided to trust God. So anyway, we get to, here we go. Now I'm going to tell you exactly, Abraham and Sarah, come on down. This is your moment. So, the thing is, how good is God? Right? Great. I love it. God is so great that he blessed Abraham and Sarah just like he said he was going to. He gave them, even though they were so old, he gave them a son at exactly the time he said he would. And they named him Isaac. No. How easy was that? That was so easy. God had a dream for Abraham and Sarah, and he just came through with it. No worries. Had a kid. Awesome.
Hold on. I'm reading Joseph's story and it doesn't look that good.
What do you mean?
Well, so Joseph, his brothers hated him. They looked very jealous of him because of his beautiful coat. But Jacob, his dad actually sent him out to check on them, and they hated him so much they threw him in a well.
Are you sure you're reading that right? Did that really happen?
It might be one of those real new translations, and they're just
maybe
getting real weird. I don't know.
Maybe just double check that.
The message or
all right, come on round, Joseph.
So
get in the well.
So first they throw him in a well.
Yep.
And then they go, well, what's the point of putting him there? So then they actually sold him as a slave.
As a slave?
Yeah. So get the handcuffs
Joseph.
on him.
Wait.
Mate, Joseph, you're having a real rough time of it, mate.
Real rough time.
But then, after he's a slave, his masters didn't like him, so they lied.
Slave. Lead him around.
Do some slave stuff.
Yep.
Come on, yeah, that's the way. But then the masters didn't like him, and they threw him in prison.
They what? Are you sure?
I'm very sure this is what it...
No, but God had a dream. It was meant to be just easy.
Is this the right thing? It's in Genesis, isn't it? Okay, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think it is.
Maybe it's like the Proverbs version.
No, I don't know. This is what it's saying. It's not looking good for Joseph. So this doesn't make sense. We can see that for Abraham and Sarah, things seem to be working out so well. But for Joseph, it isn't. It looks like the God's dream is taking us all over the place. It looks so good, but so wrong at the same time.
Yeah, well, doesn't look very dreamy.
Unless
in there.
Joseph's having fun in there. How are you
Is this
going?
what your dream was, Joseph?
No, okay. Well, we're going to have to come back to our story and see how it
Oh, you better
ends
stay
up.
there,
So,
Joseph.
Joseph, you might have to
You just
stay
pause.
there. Okay.
Well, that
We're
did
going to
not go
pause
how I
our
thought
story
it was
for a
gonna
little
go.
bit, guys. And
Amen.
now we actually going to... Okay, how is it in there, Joe? It's not a big jail cell, is it? Okay, can we have our characters back up the front? We need to get to the end of
Come on,
this
Sarah.
story. Come on, Sarah. I know you're old. You're not that old. Come on. Let's go.
Nice and cozy in there, Joe? Yeah?
He looks like he's having a lot of fun. Okay. Now, the brothers, you guys
Where's
can
our
stay down
brothers?
there.
Oh.
Lloyd, you can just relax down there. Yeah, sorry, Jordan. So, if we go back to Abraham and Sarah, their story was looking pretty good, don't you think? Where's the hashtag blessed sign? God had blessed them with a son called Isaac. Now, if we go through the story even more, who remembers what descendants mean? Who said the really cool definition? Yeah. What is it again? People who are related to you. So, like, if you're like your grandkids and then their grandkids' kids, and then it just goes on forever. If we look at the story, Abraham and Sarah actually were then the mother and father of Israel. So they had so many descendants, but that's what happened. They got more, even more. Look, we're going to get like 100 babies, but we couldn't find enough. But pretty much that's what happened. They got more and more, and God kept his promise. How cool is that? God's dream was fulfilled in them. Now, you still got your handcuffs on. When we left Joseph, God's dream and his plan for Joseph wasn't looking good, was it? So let's go on with the story. So, where did we leave Joseph? Where was he? He is in prison. He's still there right now and he's loving life. But, who remembers the special gift that Joseph had, that God gave him? Anyone? Anyone? Yes? What was his special gift? To explain dreams. So, God actually used that. In prison, there were other prisoners that started having some pretty wacky dreams. And like, what does that mean? Joseph used his skill to interpret them. He was so good that the Pharaoh, who knows what a Pharaoh is? Yeah, what's a Pharaoh? It's like the king of like Egypt, yeah? The Pharaoh had a crazy dream, and he heard that Joseph had a very special skill. So he got Joseph out of prison. You're escaped. How good's that? You're free.
Get your handcuffs off.
Let's get the
Oh,
handcuffs.
you could get out of them the whole time?
He set Joseph free because he wanted to see if he could interpret his dream. And guess what? Do you think he could do it? He did it. And he actually told the Pharaoh that his dream meant there was going to be a massive, massive drought. A famine. Who knows what a drought is? What's a drought, Tom? Yep, everything is dry. There's not much water. Is it easy or hard to grow food? Very hard. So Joseph actually told the Pharaoh that there is going to be 7 years where everything is good. It's going to be rain. We're going to have food everywhere. But then after that, there's going to be 7 years where there's going to be like nothing. And that's why Joseph said, trust me, God's told me if we prepare and get up all the food, then we'll be good for the times where it's hard. And because of that, Joseph actually was made the governor of Egypt.
The governor?
I know. He was pretty much like second in charge. Like the Pharaoh would sit there do nothing.
Yeah, have this coat.
Joseph, yeah.
Governor coat.
This is the governor coat. It's the official
Ooh, I
dress
hope it
of
fits.
Egypt. It's a little bit small, but that's all right. There we go. Joseph was made the governor of Egypt. Now, when those years of drought came, do you think the Egyptians were prepared? They were prepared because of who? Joseph and the gift that God had given him. Now, where's the brothers? Can I just have hands up for the brothers? Yep. Now, the brothers, do you remember where they lived? Did they live in Egypt? Fairy Meadow. The brothers didn't live in Egypt. They lived a far way away. So, do you think that they were prepared for the drought? They didn't know. They didn't know what Joseph knew. So, Jacob, their dad, when they ran out of food, told the brothers, look, you guys are going to have to go to Egypt. I don't know how they knew, but they have food. So, where's the brothers? Can you guys stand up? Walk to Egypt for me.
Come sit here, Joseph. And look all governy.
Yeah, look real powerful now. We've got one brother. Where's your other brother? Okay, we've only got one brother. So, then Joseph's brothers came and had to bow before him. Yeah, I know, Jordan. You can do it, Lloyd. I believe in you. His brothers bowed to him. Now, does this sound familiar? Why does this sound familiar? I've got some deja vu. Why does this sound familiar? Why? That's right. That was God's dream for Joseph at the start. He said that his brothers would bow to him. Now, Joseph, he played with them a little bit, pretended he wasn't their brother. Then eventually he told them that he was their brother, and he forgave them, and they gave each other a big hug. They gave each other a big hug. We've got a very older brother here, but that's all right. So he forgave them all because of God's special gift. They were prepared. Joseph actually allowed Jacob and his family to come and live in Egypt, where it was good. How good was that? God promised Joseph what would happen. He said that these brothers would bow to him, and it actually happened. Now, was that easier or harder than what happened with Abraham and Sarah? Do you think Abraham and Sarah's, obviously, I cannot speak from experience, but let's just say that childbirth at 90 years old, do you think it would be easy or hard? I have no idea. I'm going to say it probably wouldn't be how was it? No? Probably a too personal question. But it all seemed to work out for Abraham and Sarah, didn't it? It worked out pretty good. God promised, and then it happened. But was it easy for Joseph? Why wasn't it easy for Joseph? Why? You don't know? Why wasn't it easy? Where was he before? He was in jail. He was in a well. But do you know what's the same about these two stories? Both trusted God. Do you agree with that? Do you think that they did? No matter what happened, they followed what God said. Joseph, even when he was in prison, trusted God, and look where he ended up. He knew God had a plan for him. Now, here's the really cool bit. God has a dream for all of us too. And it's pretty cool, okay? Now, we made a poster, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and it's ginormous.
Because I spent hours painting it.
But the problem, because Keziah was the one who painted it, we've seemed to lost the pieces. Keziah is very clumsy.
You lost the pieces?
Keziah is very clumsy. She dropped them, and we can't seem to find them. Can you guys see any poster pieces? Where? Oh, they're everywhere. Okay, well, I need your guys' help. Do you reckon, I'm going to count down from 3, we're going to see how quickly we can get all the pieces. Now, there should be 21 pieces, because I knew that Keziah would lose them, so I numbered them. Okay? So, ready? In 3, 2, 1, go!
Such great faces.
When you have the pieces, come back to the stage.
Just
You need to hold it.
for a bit of
Yep, you can hold it. Okay, once you've got your piece, hold it and stand on the steps for me. Okay, have we got all the pieces? Oh my goodness, you've got about 10 pieces. Okay. How about we spread these out? Okay, we're going to need some brother help. Brothers, can you come and hold some of the pieces, please? Okay, you might need 2.
All right, everyone hold it up really high.
Hold them up super, super duper high.
All right.
Okay, let's read this Bible verse. For good plans I have, future I plan to, I don't know, give you 29:11, you hurt you says what I planned.
Does that sound right?
I don't know, it sounds biblical. I think it's
there
in
was a-
Revelations or something.
Yeah, that would make sense. There's definitely a 29:11 in there. That's biblical, right?
Yeah, that's biblical, must be
Yeah.
biblical. So, do you remember what I said about the numbers? There's numbers on the back. So if you're number 1, can you come and stand on this side, on the top step? And then
Ooh,
2,
number
then
1.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll start on the bottom step,
Let me
okay?
say that one for you.
You
How
got
about
6
hold
up
number
here.
1 up here? What number are you?
How are we going? Come on,
17, you're
we need to
gonna
work
come
as a
up
team here. This is a bit crazy. What numbers have you got? You need, 15, 16, that's good, that's good. Yeah, we need to go on this step. If you've got number 12, come stand here.
That's me.
Okay, we're doing pretty well.
What are you?
Have planned for you,
Number
says the Lord.
You know,
Oh.
I know you thought this numbering was a good system,
It's really hard.
but if you just hadn't lost them in the first place, then
Well,
maybe...
you were the one that painted them and put them together. Let's argue now. Okay, how are we looking? Yep, so that needs to... Okay, what number? Yeah, for you. Okay, if you're on the front row, can you hold it at about chest height? If you're at the back row, like above your head, like super duper high. Okay, let's see what this says. I know what I have planned for you, says the Lord. I have good plans for you. I don't plan to hurt you. I plan to give you hope and a good future. Jeremiah 29:11. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Yeah, where's our... Yeah, hashtag blessed. How lucky are we? It's true. It's very true. So, I don't know if you guys know, but God has a pretty awesome plan for us. Now, do you know this guy? His name's Jesus. Do you know who that is? Yeah. Well, God actually sent Jesus to die for us so that we could live forever in heaven with God. Does that sound like pretty crazy? You got blank looks.
They
on your
seem
faces.
pretty satisfied.
You guys seem like it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, and that's God's plan for us. Okay, I'm giving you guys a little secret here. God's plan is for us to be in heaven with Him forever. How cool is that? At least I think it's cool. Abraham thinks it is awesome. Okay, it's pretty nuts. But how can we live forever in heaven with God? Who remembers the T word that I said before? Abraham's got it. Abraham's got it. What's the T word? Yep, what's the T word? Trust in Him. That's more than one, but trust was the key word. If we trust in God and follow, this is for everyone, not just for these guys. It's pretty cool. If we trust in God, follow Him, who has a special skill? Yeah? Dancing, ballet, like music, you guys are in there. If we follow God, use these skills that He's given us, then how cool is it that we get to live with God in heaven because we trust Jesus and give our life to Him? It's a pretty cool plan. It's a pretty ginormous dream, don't you guys think? The idea that no matter what happens, no matter whether it's good, whether it's bad, God's got us. Ultimately, His plan is for us to be with Him in heaven. Whether it's like Joseph, whether we get to the end of our lives and it's felt like we've been in prison the whole time, how cool is it to know that ultimately God's plan is to be in heaven with Him? That is the hope and the future that it's talking about. Are we excited? Do we not think that that's pretty awesome? That no matter what happens, when we follow Jesus and give our life to Him, this is what happens. He's got our back. And all these special skills, these dreams that we have, just like Joseph's special skill, God can use them for us to do His work here on earth. Do we think that's cool? Yeah, it's good. Abraham thinks it's cool. I like it. So when you're playing soccer, you can remember this dream and remember that, well, God might have made me good at soccer, but no matter what happens, I've got God. God's my big dream. To dream big is to trust God. If we trust God, that is the biggest dream that we could ever have. Do we think that's pretty cool? I think it's pretty cool. We have the opportunity, like Abraham and Sarah and Joseph, to be a part of the greatest dream of all. To be in heaven with God. It's as simple as that. It's a pretty cool, big dream. Okay, guys, thank you. You can pile them up.